avoidance always come back around. They always come back around, okay? When I first started making these videos, I coined the phrase avoidance orbiting because I didn't know how to describe it. It was lingering, coming around a lot. So let's just say orbiting, right? They orbit. You're a planet, they orbit, okay? They circle around you. But they never, after the discard, you getting an avoidant from orbiting back into a full-time committed relationship is very, very difficult the longer this person stays orbiting. Number one, you have to be careful about how to answer and respond to and engage to breadcrumbs. The first thing you have to do is identify what breadcrumbs are. Because once you respond to breadcrumbs, that's it. You have to know what to answer to and what not to answer to. Okay? Because depending on what you engage in and you answer to, you show the avoidant that they can have access to you and have conversation with you and never fully mourn losing you without giving you what you need. They basically get to have a unlimited tab at the bar and then they never actually pay the bill. You get what I'm trying to say? So you have to be careful and mindful about how you engage with breadcrumbs, how you engage with meaningless conversation and banter that they don't plan on getting back into the relationship with. And so you right now, you love your avoidant and you still feel, even though they discarded you, you still feel a little bit of like hope. You still are remembering the good times. You still have some nice things to say about this person. But I'm going to tell you right now, if your avoidant just comes back and they orbit and orbit and orbit and orbit, you get the point? And orbit, when you pick up that that's what they're doing, you are going to start to resent this person like crazy. And that's when you join the side of people who hate avoidantly attached people. If you haven't reached that part yet, that's because you haven't experienced that part. Wait until you're hopeful and you wait a calendar year and every freaking holiday, 4th of July, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's, whatever, and you start to realize that you are waiting outside the door for someone to come pick you up who's never going to come pick you up again. And then on top of that, you find out that they've been messing around with people, hooking up with people, doing all this sort of stuff. That is going to irk you. And you are going to build a real dislike toward. Not everybody gets their avoidant back into the relationship, because remember, the reason why they broke up with you is technically because they're trying to renegotiate the contract. They don't want to lose you. They want to renegotiate the contract of the relationship. They want to say, you know what? I don't want to see you 5 days a week. I don't want us to go on trips. Okay, intimacy twice a week, that's too much for me. I don't want to do it at all. They're trying to get you subconsciously to agree to having them around. That's why they don't talk about the relationship. They don't talk about fixing it. They just try to actively, day by day, brick by brick, be present with you without discussing the terms and conditions, because they don't want to. They want to just end up, with you being in a situationship without you agreeing. So just be mindful of that. Be cognizant of that. Not everybody gets their avoidant back, but they do orbit, and you have to understand what it is that's happening to you so you could agree or disagree to even be orbited around. Faith and dreams. Swagger, swagger, swagger.